Okay, screen is visible for everyone now. Okay, so what was discussing? So there are three types of instruction. One is called as single byte instruction, another one is 2 byte instruction, and the 3 byte instruction. Okay. Now in single byte instruction, what happens here? Only one memory space is required. That means only 8-bit data is required to store the instruction, or 8-bit memory space is required to store the instruction. For 2 byte, 2 memory spaces are required to store the instruction, and for 3 byte instructions, 3 memory spaces are required to store the instruction. Okay, so here in the first for single byte instruction, see the example move a comma r naught. If this is the example, this instruction will have only mnemonic, so it is not having any operand or new data required for this instruction, right? So here only mnemonic is required, and that mnemonic can be stored in 8-bit space or a single byte space in the memory. Okay, so such instructions are called single byte instructions. Okay, now if we take the example of move a comma has 07h, if this is the instruction, then what it will have? It will have move a comma 07h mnemonic, and the new data or the operand as 07. Okay. So here for to store the mnemonic we require one space, and to store 07 data again we require one space. So for here one opcode is available or opcode is required, and another one is the data. Okay. So for two spaces of memory location are required to store this instruction. So such instructions are called 2 byte instructions. Okay. Similarly, if we take the example of one more instruction, let's say STA. Okay. So here what happens? Here to store the data, or we can say the example of move dptr comma hash 1234h. Okay. So here in this instruction, what happens here? For move dptra, it will require one mnemonic. Okay. Then it has two operands as the data is 16-bit. So here 16-bit data is available. Okay. So what happens here? For mnemonic, one memory space is required. That means for opcode, one memory space is required. Then to store 34h, one more memory space is required, and again to store 12h, one memory space is required. Okay, so total 3 memory spaces are required to store this data. Okay, so such type of instructions are called 3 byte instructions. Are you getting it? So every instruction is either single byte instruction, 2 byte instruction, or 3 byte instruction. Okay, everyone is getting it? Just ping me if you are getting it, or if I need to explain again. Okay, good. Now we will move further. So we are studying the data transfer instruction, in which the first one is move instructions. So here the move instruction is written as move rd comma rs. Okay, where rd is the destination register and rs will be the source register. Okay, so depending upon the different addressing modes, here the same instruction can be explained as or can be written as move. We take for rd as accumulator with rs or as 05h. Okay, so this is the first instruction. So in this first instruction, what happens here? The 05 data is loaded into the accumulator. Okay, and what is the addressing mode for this instruction? Addressing mode कुठला आहे? Which will be the addressing mode? Immediate addressing mode, right? Okay, so immediate addressing mode. And how many space of the memory is required? Keval, as already I have told you, it is auto joining mode. So I need not require to allow them directly; they are allowed to join. Okay, if they are having some problem, that will be the problem of Google Meet or the network. So just ask them to reset and again join. Okay. Now here move a comma 05h addressing mode is immediate, and how many spaces of the memory is required to store the instruction, or we can call the byte. How many bytes are required? Are you reply me? Is everyone available? Divyani, right? Huh. 2 byte. Why 2 byte? Because 1 byte is required to store the mnemonic, and another byte is required to store the immediate value or new value. Okay. Same way, the second instruction is move a comma rs, or we call it as registers. Register. Okay. So here, what will happen? The register contents will get transferred into the accumulator. Okay. Now here the addressing mode is which is Aditya, it is not direct addressing mode, it is register addressing mode. Why register addressing mode? Because already I have told that in the addressing mode, if suppose the data needs to be transferred from register to register or register to memory or memory to register, here we are using register addressing mode. Now in this instruction, accumulator is also the register and RS is also the register. RS may be from R0 to R7. Okay, so the addressing mode will be the register addressing mode. And how much bytes are required to store the instruction? How much bytes are required? I need the answer. Is everyone available? अरे झोपलाय का सगळे? Right, Divan. It is single byte instruction. Okay. Why? Because this instruction will only require the mnemonic. Okay. So here, no any another data or another byte is required to store the data. Okay. So the instruction will have only single byte. Instruction will be single byte instruction, and mode is register addressing mode. Okay. Then the third instruction which we have seen is move a comma direct, or we can write here as address. Okay. So here the addressing mode will be addressing mode. Which will be the addressing mode? Direct addressing mode, because here directly we are specifying the memory location. Okay. So here addressing mode will be the direct addressing mode, and direct addressing mode, and the bytes required to store the instruction will be, how many bytes are required to store the instruction? Keval, right, it is 2 byte instruction. Okay, because here it will have one mnemonic and another one will be the address, but here this address is 8-bit address, not 16-bit, because 16-bit address is specified or needs to be loaded into the data pointer, not into the accumulator. Okay, so here to load the address, 8-bit address which is available in the data memory, here it will require only 2 bytes. Okay, so move a comma address is the direct addressing mode with 2 byte instruction. Okay. The next instruction we have seen as move a comma at the rate RI. So which is the addressing mode? Indirect, even right? It is indirect addressing mode, and the bytes required will be, how many bytes are required? for indirect addressing mode. For the instruction move a comma @RI, how many addressing bytes are required? Is everyone present? To Aditya, it is not 2 byte instruction. This is single byte instruction. See here in this instruction, we are not providing any operand or any data. So move a comma @RI, where RI is the pointer. Okay, so it will only require a single byte to store this information or to store the instruction. So the instruction is in direct addressing mode, and the bytes required are a single byte. Okay, so that means it is called as single byte instruction. Okay. Similarly, here we have seen the instruction move instructions with the accumulator. Okay, now with the same way we can write the instruction for registers are also. So move RD comma RS. This will be the instruction which can be represented as, let's say, RD, that is the destination register, comma hash 07H or hash 8-bit data. Okay. So this is using the register. Here what will happen, the 8-bit immediate value will get transferred into the destination register. The destination register may be R0 to R7. Okay. So here also like this same move a comma hash 8-bit data, the addressing mode will be the immediate addressing mode, and the bytes required to store the instruction will be 2 bytes, one for mnemonic and one for immediate value. Okay. Similarly, the next instruction will be move RD comma RS. Okay, so RS may be any source register, right? So here the data can be here the data will get transferred from RS to RD. Okay, addressing mode will be the register addressing mode, and the how many bytes are required? Only 1 byte is required. So it is single byte instruction. Now here RS may be R0 to R7 or accumulator also. Okay. Similarly, the next instruction will be move RD comma direct, or we can call it as 8-bit address. Here the contains from the memory location pointed by the address in the instruction, that memory location contains will get transferred into the destination register. So the destination register may be R0 to R7. Okay, so here the immediate value will get transferred into that register. Now here the addressing mode will be the direct addressing mode. Darshan, mnemonic, it is nothing but the opcode or operational code. So whenever we are writing any instruction, let's say if the instruction is move instruction, okay, we are writing this instruction in terms of the ASCII code, right? We are writing this instruction in terms of ASCII code. Okay, Darshan, are you getting it? So this ASCII code needs to be converted into the language understood by the microcontroller. Okay, so this ASCII code or the mnemonic needs to be converted into the hex data or hex value. Okay. So for example, if suppose we have move instruction will get converted into some sort of hex value, right? Okay, so this move instruction will get converted into the hex value, and this hex value is nothing but the 8-bit data. Okay, are you getting it? Now, this 8-bit data needs to be stored somewhere because it is the instruction which we are going to store into the memory location, right? Okay, so this move instruction will get converted into the hex 8-bit data, and that will get loaded or that will get stored into the memory location. To store this instruction, we require one space or 1 byte. Am I right? Now, if suppose we will take the same example here, if the instruction is move move a comma 07H. Okay, if this is the instruction. Now Here for move A comma 07H, there will be one mnemonic. Okay, or this is one opcode, which we are saying is which will get decoded. Okay, so it will have one opcode plus the 8-bit data or 8-bit new value. Okay, now this opcode will get converted into the hex number. Okay, let's say if suppose the hex number is 37. Okay, this is the example. 37 is not actually the opcode of move A, but I am assuming it as 37. Okay, so if suppose 37 is the hex number which will get generated by the opcode plus we have 8-bit data. Okay, so to store 3H we require one space, and after that to store the 8-bit data. What is the 8-bit data? 07. So here we need to store 37H, and then we need to store 07H. Okay, are you getting it? So for every instruction here, it will have one mnemonic which is nothing but the opcode, and this opcode is nothing but 8-bit data which is getting converted into the hex number. Okay, so to store that hex number, it will require one space or one byte, and if suppose that instruction is having some operands, then to store the operands, again it will require some more space or some more bytes. So depending upon that, either the memory locations will be required as one location or two locations or three locations. So depending upon it, here we are differing the instruction in single byte instruction, 2-byte instruction, and 3-byte instruction. Okay, does it have got it? Everyone is getting it? What is mnemonic? What is data? Why it needs to be stored into the memory location? Okay, so should we move further? Okay, so we are seeing move RD comma 8-bit data. So here it is direct addressing mode, and the data which is available at the memory location that will get loaded into the register. Okay, so it is direct addressing mode, and with the direct addressing mode, how many bytes are required to store the instruction? 2 bytes are required to store the instruction. Okay, now the next is immediate, where it's in the immediate, where it's in the register, direct. Now the indirect. So move RD comma @ RI. Okay, so here it is single byte instruction, and addressing mode is indirect addressing mode. So here in this instruction, what will happen? The memory location which is pointed by register RI, that memory location contains will get transferred into the register. Okay, so it is indirect addressing mode. And how much bytes are required for this instruction? How much bytes are required? Everyone, are you getting it? Yes, Aditya, it will require single byte instruction, or this instruction is single byte instruction and require a single byte to store the data, or to store the instruction. Okay. Now the next is move direct comma hash data. So here what will happen in this instruction? The immediate value will get loaded into the memory location or stored into the memory location whose address is pointed in the instruction itself. Okay, so here this is how many bytes are required to store this data? 2. No, Aishwarya, Aditya, this is wrong. If you are writing this instruction in terms of example, the instruction will be like this: move 37 comma hash 07h. Now tell me how many bytes will require? Are it right? It will require 3 bytes of data or 3 bytes of memory space. Why? Because it will have move direct comma hash data, that will be the mnemonic, so it will require single byte for mnemonic. Next byte is required to store 37 because it is the direct address location, and third byte is required to store 07. Okay, so it will be 3 byte instruction. Now how this instruction will get executed? Okay, let's take the example. When first the program counter or the microcontroller accesses this instruction or first data, it is move 37 comma hash 07h. Okay, so it will have one opcode or one hex number. When the microcontroller receives that hex number and decodes it, the microcontroller understands that the next byte which is coming, it is nothing but the address location of memory, and after that the further data which is coming, it is nothing but the immediate value which needs to be loaded into that memory location. So microcontroller gets understand after decoding the mnemonic. Okay, so when the microcontroller decodes that mnemonic, microcontroller will point 37 memory location, and after pointing 37 memory location, here the new data will get loaded into that memory location. Everyone is getting it? I think there are a few people, Rushikesh, Omkar, Sid, and one more. Okay, I think they're having some problems for joining it. Okay, just ask them to rejoin by checking the network or by resetting the network, because it is auto joining mode, and everyone is allowed to join this meeting. Okay, so if you have if anyone is having the numbers of these students, just ask them or ping them to rejoin by resetting the Google Meet or resetting the network. Okay. Okay, so we are at move direct comma hash data. Similarly, the next instruction will be move direct comma rs. So here what will happen? The register contains will get stored into the memory location pointed in the instruction itself. Okay, so here how many bytes are required? How many bytes are required? 2 bytes, right, Darshan? Right, Aditya? It will require 2 bytes to store the data, one for move direct comma rs mnemonic and one for the address location. Okay, so 2 bytes are required, and also it is the which is the addressing mode? Which is this addressing mode? Register addressing mode. Okay, right. Why? Because see here, if we are seeing the first, here we are having move direct comma hash data. So here the immediate value or the source register value will get loaded. Source register value is getting loaded into the memory location. So depending upon, is there any problem? Hello? Is there any problem? Okay. So should we move further? Okay. So what we're seeing, direct addressing mode. It is register addressing mode because it has a source as register. Okay. Similarly, in the previous instruction, the source is immediate value. So it is immediate addressing mode. It is the register addressing mode. Similarly, if suppose the instruction is move direct comma direct, what will happen? Here the addressing mode is direct addressing mode, and Here, the content from one memory location address will get transferred into the another memory location. Okay. So how much bytes are required for this instruction? How many bytes are required? अरे अवेलेबल आहात का सगळे? जागे आहात ना? Right. So it will require 3 bytes to store the instruction, one for mnemonic, one for first 8-bit address, and one for second 8-bit address. Okay. Similarly, you can take the instructions like move direct comma @RI, that is for immediate indirect addressing mode. Okay, or vice versa. Or even we can take the same examples as move direct comma hash accumulator. Okay, sorry, move direct comma accumulator, then move @RI comma accumulator, and so on. Okay, so every instructions or every we can make the number of instructions using a basic instruction as move RD comma RS. Okay, so everyone is getting it. Okay. So using a basic instruction as move RD comma RS, we can make the number of instructions, or the number of instructions are available into the microcontroller. So here the destination will be either accumulator, either B register, or any R0 to R7 register, or the direct address, or the indirect register or indirect register pointer. Similarly, the RS may be accumulator or B register, or any R0 to R7 register immediate value, or what do you say, the direct address location or indirect address location pointer. Okay, so any instruction we can create, or the microcontroller having these number of instructions depending upon the this single syntax. Okay, the next will be the stack operation and exchange instruction. Okay, so these are also the data transfer instructions. Now, what is stack? First, we will see it, and then we will move towards the push instruction and pop instruction. Now, stack, as already I have told you, stack, it is nothing but the reserved portion of memory. Okay, so here, by default, the reserved portion is bank 1. Okay, so it has it is 8-bit stack. That means it has only we can store 8-bit data into the stack location, and the space available is only 8 bytes. Okay, so in this stack we can store the data, or we can access the data from this stack location. Okay, now why this stack is necessary? So suppose the program counter needs to jump from main program to the another program. Okay, or if the programmer needs to switch from one executing location to another memory executing location, or similarly, if suppose the programmer needs to store the data, some sort of data, for some part of what do you say, to store the data during the execution of program. Okay, for some time, then the programmer stores the data on the stack. Similarly, when the program counter jumps from one address location to the another address location, or from one program to the another program, then the address location of that program counter is stored in the stack. Okay, so here this stack is 8-bit stack, and we can store 8 bytes of data in this stack. So whenever the data is stored in the stack, that is getting stored in the kilo manner or LIFO manner. So what does it mean? It is last in, first out, or first in, last out. Okay, so when the first 8-bit data is stored, that will get stored at the initial location or lower location of stack. Then the next data will get stored here, then the next data will get stored here, then the next, and so on. Okay, and while retrieving the data, or while taking out the data, first the data will get retrieved or taken back is from the top side. Okay, or which is getting stored for last time, that will get retrieved or accessed first, and whatever the data which is available which is getting stored for the first time, that will get accessed or retrieved back for the last time. So it is just putting the balls into a bottle. So if we are putting some plastic ball into the into the bottle, what will happen when we are putting the ball? Whichever the first ball is available, that will be at the lower level. Okay, and which is the last ball? It is at the neck level. So when we are taking out the balls, the first ball which we are taking out is the ball which is available at the neck level. That means uh, which have put in which is put into the bottle at the last time, that will get out first. Okay, and which is putting at the first time, that will get out for the last time. Okay, so the stack is working with the same manner. So whatever the data which is getting stored in the stack, that data, if suppose the data is first data which is getting stored into the stack will get out last, and which is stored for the last data, that will get out for the first. Okay, so this working of stack or this manner is called as Philo manner or LIFO manner. That is first in, last out, or last in, first out. Okay. Now to store the data on the stack, here the instruction is used which is called as push instruction. Okay. So if suppose the stack pointer is pointing this memory location, then or stack pointer is pointing the stack top, and if suppose this push instruction is getting executed, then the contents of the program counter or the address of the program counter will get stored into the stack. So first the lower address will get stored, then the higher 8-bit address will get stored on the stack. Okay, so before storing it, the stack pointer will get decremented by 1, and the data will get stored. Again, stack pointer will get decremented by 1, then the data will get stored, and so on. Okay. Similarly, to take out the data from the stack, here the next instruction is used which is called as pop instruction. Okay. So if the pop instruction is getting executed, then the data which is pointed by the stack pointer, that data will get first retrieved or taken back, then the stack pointer will get decremented, again the next data will get taken out, then the stack pointer will get decremented. Okay. Now see the difference between push and pop. When the push instruction is getting executed, first the stack pointer will get incremented by 1, then the data is stored, and when the pop instruction is getting executed, then first the data will get retrieved, and after that the stack pointer will get modified or will get changed. Okay, so everyone is getting it? सगळ्यांना समजले का what is stack? Okay, so we will move further. So for this stack instructions, see here only the instruction is push instruction and the instruction is pop instruction. So here if suppose the instruction is executed as push 55H, so what will happen? First stack pointer will get incremented by 1, then this 55 the contents from this memory location 55H will get stored on the stack. Okay, so that data the contents of that memory location 55H will be available on the stack here. Okay, similarly if suppose the instruction is executed as pop B, what will happen? What will happen here? The data which is available at the stack location, that will get loaded into the B register. Okay, everyone is getting it? Okay, so we'll move further. The next instruction is exchange instruction. See, all these instructions are data transfer instructions. So here we are not manipulating the data, but we are transferring the data either from register to the memory to the register, or new data into the register. Okay, so in such a way, here only we are transferring the data. That's why all these instructions are called data transfer instructions. Okay, so here the next group of instruction is exchange instruction. So see here this instruction is used to make the exchange between the two registers or register and memory location, or register and the address pointer location. Okay, so here, if suppose the instruction is XCH, it is the mnemonic of the instruction XCH A comma 30H. So what will happen here? Let's say we will write the instruction here as, okay, so if we are writing the instruction as XCH A comma RS or RN. So here what will happen? If suppose a accumulator is having some sort of data, let's say 04H, and Rn is having a data 08H. Okay, so these are the initial data location data which are available into the accumulator and register. So after execution of XCH A comma Rn, what will happen? The accumulator contents will be 0 at H and the Rn contents will be 04H. Everyone is getting it? So here only the data transfer, data will get exchanged in between the accumulator and register. Everyone is getting? Are सर्वांचे लक्षात येते का? I am not getting any response. Okay. Now here the question is. ठीक है लक्षात सगळे जागे आहेत सगळे. Okay. So now the question is here. Previously, while starting the instruction set, what I have told, the data transfer instructions are copy paste instructions. That means from one register, the data will get copied into the another one. Okay. So the same example we have seen as move A comma Rn. If suppose accumulator is having 04H, Rn is having 08H, and if the move A comma Rn instruction is getting executed, after that the new data in accumulator will be 08H. Similarly, Rn will have the same data 08H. Okay, because all the instructions are copy paste instructions. Okay, but in exchange here, from both the registers the data will get changed. Now, how it will happen? If suppose if all the instructions are copy paste instructions, and if suppose accumulator is changed with 08H, and after that, if you want to, if the controller is changing the contents of Rn, then by default the content should be 08H because the accumulator is having 08H now. Okay, so before execution of the instruction, the contents of the accumulator are 04. Am I right? Okay, but after execution of the instruction, if suppose the first data is transferred from Rn to accumulator, the new contents of accumulator are 08. Okay, so after that, if suppose the microcontroller is changing the data from accumulator to Rn or switching the data from accumulator to Rn, then the data should be 08H. Right? Then how the accumulator executes this exchange instruction? We need to retrieve both the data, right? Or microcontroller need to retrieve both the data. So here what happens? The contents of the accumulator are transferred to the temporary register. Okay, so it will get transferred into the temporary register. The contents from Rn will get transferred into the accumulator, and after that, the temporary register contents will get transferred into the Rn. So here what will happen? First, accumulator contents will get stored somewhere in the temporary location. In the architecture, we have seen two temporary registers, temp1 and temp2. Okay. So in one register, the accumulator contents will get transferred. Then the register contents will get transferred into the accumulator, and after that, the temporary register contents will get transferred into the Rn. So here the exchange will get done in between by using three registers. One will be the accumulator, then temporary register, and then the Rn register. Okay. The next instruction is XCH A comma direct or direct address location. So here what will happen? In this instruction or after execution of this instruction, accumulator contents are exchanged with the memory location pointed in the instruction itself. Okay, so if suppose the instruction is XCH A comma 35H, then what will happen? The accumulator contains, let's say, before the execution has 05H, then the memory location 35 will have the contains 08H. So after execution of this instruction, what will happen? The accumulator contains will be 08H and 35 memory location contains will be 04H. Okay. So here the exchange will take place in between the memory location specified directly and the accumulator. Okay. Now the next instruction is XCH A comma at the rate RI. This is indirect addressing. Now, one more point. Keep in mind here the exchange only takes place in between the accumulator and the another register from memory. Not in between the register remaining registers R0 to R7 and the other registers of memory location. Here exchange will take place with accumulator only. Okay. So here in this instruction XCH A comma at the rate RI, the exchange will take place in between the indirect address location pointed by the register pointer and accumulator. Okay, everyone is getting it? Okay. Now, one more instruction is available, that is XCHB A comma at the rate RI. Here what happens? Here, after execution of this instruction, only lower order or lower 4 nibbles of the accumulator and the memory location pointed by the register pointer will get exchanged. So here in this indirect exchange, here what will happen? Only the lower 4 nibbles of accumulator and the memory location pointed by the pointer that will get exchanged. Okay. So here we will take the example. Let's say here accumulator is having 35H data and the memory location pointed by the register RI is having 45H data. Okay. So after execution of this instruction, what will happen? Only these 4 lower nibbles, that means these 5. Okay. So here we will take it as 7. Okay. So only this lower nibble 7 and 5 that will get exchanged. Okay. So here if we represent this 35 in terms of hex number, here what will be the number? 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, then 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay, am I right? अरे सगळे जागे आहात का? Okay. Similarly, 40 will be 0, 1, 0, 0 and 0, 1, 1, 0. Right. So this is the representation of number in hex. So after execution of this instruction, what will happen? Accumulator contents will be higher 4 bits will remain as it is. Only the exchange in between the lower 4 bits will take place. So here accumulator contents will be 37H and the memory location contents which are pointed by RI will be 45H. Okay. So the representation will be like this. Zero, 0, 1, 1, then 0, 1, 1, 0, and for memory location here the contents will be 0, 1, 0, 0 and 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay. So using XCHD instruction, when it is represented or it is written as XCH with D, that means here only lower 4 nibbles of the memory location. Is it 0, 4? plus 2 plus 1. Right. Okay. So it's my mistake. So here it will be 0, 1, 1, 1. So here also it will be 0, 1, 1. Okay. So here only the lower 4 nibbles will get exchanged in between if the instruction is HCHD. Okay. Everybody understood it? Okay, so this is all about the data transfer instructions. We have seen all these data transfer instructions. In the next lecture, we will move towards the next group of instruction, that is arithmetic instructions or arithmetic operation instructions. Okay, so today we'll stop here.